Hello there, YouTubers. I imagine I should try to go live on YouTube a bit more often in order to save the trouble of uploading the video file from my computer's hard disk, and also in the meantime it will save a fairly a fairly remarkable amount of space in my laptop computer's hard disk. So I just want you guys to know that I managed to kind of get back up again from another severe depression episode, which occurred about a week ago. Well, more accurately, to put it more accurately and precisely, that would be about five or four days ago. During which that wicked woman um, yeah showed up to my front door and knocked and knocked and knocked. Then she left. Well, it will be a blatant lie not to admit that it did not cause any distress or ripples, or accelerations of my heartbeat and blah blah blah. But nevertheless, I managed to toughen it out, so to speak, and quite strangely, I should say, quite surprisingly, I managed to get to get back up from another wave of severe depression episode without taking antidepressant or antidepressants. And also on the other hand, I'd say to a bit of my relief, I kind of I've kind of developed a bit a bit higher level of tolerance of heat. So I believe the current outdoor temperature at my location has exceeded maybe 37 or 38 Celsius. That's approximately maybe 75 or 80 Fahrenheit. And I still haven't yet switched on my aircon. I managed to survive without switching on my aircon so far this summer in the in the northern hemisphere. Though yes, there was one occasion in which somehow quite the somehow quite mysteriously turned on somehow by itself about several weeks ago, before the heat wave, this massive heat wave, stroke or hit my current location of residence. Yeah, hello there. Bit Bitros Bitros Roth. Yeah, welcome to my live stream and welcome to my channel. Yeah, I am pleased and honored to have you guys here. So yeah, in fact, I don't really have a lot of specific topics I currently have on my mind right now, except my old and a bunch of my old and existing problems and issues that never cease to bug and haunt me, pretty much throughout my entire life. Yeah, just type a bit to reply to your message. Welcome to the live stream and my channel. Yeah, I am Asian. Yeah, I am Asian. I'm East Asian. Maybe you can try to narrow down your speculation of my ethnicity by using your own mind and intelligence. I don't want to speak about certain things, certain issues so plainly or so openly. When it comes to say certain sort of sensitive information, on most occasions, we all need to learn to withhold rather than to divulge or disclose. Yeah, so just learn when exactly to keep your mouth shut, as one rather famous verse from the Bible, specifically from the Old Testament, says, not the exact quote unquote, but yeah, a tale bearer revealeth secrets, but he that is of a contrite heart concealeth the matter. Well, something like that. And yes, I almost forgot. Yeah, about my previous video. Some of you, might have come to a judgment or a early um, conclusion that I've lost my faith in God or blah blah blah, that I've stopped believing in Jesus. Well, not really, not exactly. I've just during my previous filming session, which I uploaded and shared on YouTube, I simply stopped taking art so seriously, and I began to realize the insignificance of the act of praying excessively and going to church or paying a visit to a place of worship just for this for the sole sake of relieving your stress and afflictions in the hope of making some friends to say for the sake of relieving or soothing your loneliness or depression or stress or distress or strain. I pretty much completely given up on that um, notion or mindset that you need friends or so-called friends or so-called brothers and sisters in Christ to solve your problems in life. I pretty much given up on such notion that I need another um, so-called Christian to help me feel a little bit better or regain the joy or happiness of living or existing on this shitty planet we call Earth. Um, it's just not so worth it, to say the least. Well, at least during in this day and age, you won't find much relief. You won't find much relief um, from in from other people, you know, and I highly advise that um you cease to depend on other human individuals to to solve the main to solve the main problems or issues or headaches that oftentimes haunt and bother you. Um, well, such I firmly believe such saying, such principle or philosophy of life holds absolutely true, particularly when you are a dude, when you are a man. It's you should pretty much stop trying to well um soothe your pain, your afflictions, your loneliness by making friends. Especially when it comes to short, friends of short term, friends or friendship that more often than not result in nothing else but short term benefits or temporary relief. Though I'm not necessarily, suggesting to you that you shouldn't, seek a brief or a temporary relief to your pain, to your suffering, or your afflictions, or your problems, or issues, blah blah blah. Um, but instead, unfortunately, like I've said, like I mentioned previously during my previous filming sessions, we as men, sometimes, maybe more often than not, we just have to learn to embrace and live with the pain and learn from it, by trying to make the best of it, um, you know, by trying to use it as a fuel for our future endeavors and adventures, which more or less will serve to build the foundation of a better life, a better version of ourselves, and in turn, the foundation of future so-called success. Though, yeah, it's still, nevertheless, I do not um I did not initiate this live stream to preach more messages of positive Peters to you guys, but instead, um I suppose, more or less, we all need to learn how to kind of well, seek joy, seek sense of achievement from making it to another day, um, against all odds and pain and disadvantages and including but are not limited to, say, marginalizations or alienations or ostracizations from the mainstream, say, from the mainstream population of mankind. Who the hell that is, T-Bai? Never mind. I will just ignore that phone call, and I will. Yeah, it's just freaking annoying. Whenever you try to have a bit of time of zen and peace, um, you will you will then run into shitty and irritating interruptions. Well, I'd better check who was trying to reach me. An unknown number, allegedly from Great Britain. Yeah. Never mind. I don't have to take that call. So yeah, probably this morning, at about 11, 11 or 10 a.m. I received another call, from apparently from another, from a real estate agent, trying to sell me some flats, some some apartments, blah blah blah. Yeah, apparently, this landline's number has been compromised to 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 some unauthorized pop and possibly malicious and unscrupulous um, business men or women or maybe even so-called digital nomads, trying to sell some shit. Though yes, being a remote worker, being a remote um, working drone slash a remote remote closer myself. I can to a to a certain to a certain degree or extent relate to their their difficulties, their 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 struggles, more or less. Though recently I haven't been making a lot of a lot of cold calls. Yeah, I'll try, though no solid promise on that. I will try to catch up on making cold calls a bit. Once I've got some of my other shite sorted, and some other resources allocated in place. I will unfortunately have to prioritize on on my fitness, on getting my both of my physical and mental health in shape. um well, at least for the time being. um there there aren't much I can do when it comes to you know building, say, building my so-called empire of online entrepreneurship, and some other shit, with you know judge, judging by my current shitty circumstance, and the fact that I am still surrounded and haunted by multiple rogue elements and hostile forces, including but are not limited to that wicked woman, of course. I I long story short, I've currently got both enemies within and without. If you catch my drift. So apparently, I don't stutter as much as I feared during this filming session. Well, in the form of a live stream, probably, which probably suggests that I should be doing more live streams on YouTube in the future. But I don't really consider myself, a live stream material or whatnot. Well, yeah, I do lots of push-ups, just for the for the for the sake of improving my overall physical health, and in turn my mental health. I learned that from from Far From Weak. If that name rings a bell to you guys, I highly, well, for those who haven't heard of Far From Weak, I highly recommend that you go and have a look at his channel. Well, I'm again, I'm not trying to be a positive Peter here or whatnot, but instead, I genuinely want you guys to to feel a bit, if not a lot, better. Well, so that well, it's like as such saying goes, I I scratch your backs in the hope that you guys will scratch my back. Well, slash the act of reciprocating, the act of reciprocation. You scratch my back and I will scratch yours. Blah blah blah. Yeah, that sort of thing. Um, inspired by far. Yeah, and yeah, I'm not sponsored by him. Please don't get me wrong here. Yeah, go. I beg your pardon for typing, some lines of text. Yeah, just for the sake of integrity and um, for the sake of both for the sake of integrity and completeness of information. Such sort of I certainly do not want to withhold such critical and crucial and indispensable piece of information from you guys. I truly want you guys, to level up in life as I am trying my as I am trying to stretch my extreme length to do to do the same. Um, yeah, and another reason why I initiated this filming session, in the form of another live stream, is that I certainly cannot anticipate exactly when another episode of severe depression could knock me down or hit me hard again and again. I really, I in other words, I still do not have full sovereign control over my mood, my mood swings and emotions as a man should. And unfortunately, I have lost both of my both of my male role model and female role model. I am an orphan. You know, and I can certainly relate to those of you guys who are lonely, who are heavily and severely depressed, who have lost touch with what true serenity and peace feel like, and those that no longer believe in the notion of love and love, so called love itself. Though you know, I still believe in passion, and more often than not, I have to get it off from my chest that more often than not, I just passion slash rage might probably be the only thing I have that motivates me to push forward with my shitty life. Yeah, other than that, I don't I really don't have a lot of sources of motivations per se. Though, yeah, from time to time, yes, I do listen to J-pop, slash Japanese pop music, and more than not, yes, I also listen to some, say, for example, yeah, some original sound, several video games that I oftentimes play, to say games like StarCraft 2 and Warcraft 3. Yeah, sometimes to the original soundtracks of Mass Effect trilogy, and so on and so forth. Yeah, other than that, I don't really have a lot of like I said, a lot of sources of motivation fuel that fuel that fuels my passion slash rage. Um, yeah, it looks like that I have yes, the live stream has has been ongoing for more than half an hour, and currently I only have a bunch of viewers, a bunch of of you guys popping out and say hi. So yeah, I'd better go to resume ruminating on my shitty life again. Well, more specifically on what sort of steps I I imagine I will be taking, you know, over the next couple of days. Well, yeah, a bit of yeah, beg your pardon. Yeah, a bit of side note here. Yeah, um, yeah, I managed to have photographed another booklet of my old man's stamps gallery. For those who feel interested, please go to my, well, I imagine soon I will be uploading, a selected bunches of them to, to my Flickr gallery, and I'll be showcasing them free. So for those who kind of feel short on funds, for those who kind of feel too short on funds to chip in to my Patreon page, please go to my Flickr's gallery to take a look at a selected bunches of my old man's stamps. In case you feel interested to have a look and maybe wanting to buy some of them. And I am, you know, for your information, I am a complete noob when it comes to stamps. So yeah, please feel free to name your price, or give or present your bid, and I will, yes, and I will take them into my consideration at a later time. Yeah, yeah. Great. How are you doing? I hate New Jersey. Yeah. I suspect that you found my channel from born to a 9 to 5 um born to a 9 to 5 a corrupt system of slavery. Yes, slash Justin. Yes, I imagine you found me via Justin on YouTube. Yeah. Well, please feel free to correct me in case I misjudged. Yeah, but in any regards, yeah, it's nearing 8 p.m. at local Beijing time, so I better decide what to eat for dinner. Yeah, and then possibly I might be initiating another session of playing with Mass Effect Trilogy Legendary Edition with my you know Windows 10 PC. Well, currently I'm live streaming using my Windows 7 PC. So yeah, it's you know though sometimes when it comes to playing video games, it can still involve a bit of hard work. Since I don't want to install Windows 10 on my current PC. Currently I am using to film this live stream. I do not want to install Windows 10 on this PC, lest Microsoft finds a new loophole to spy on me, to spy my where on my whereabouts. Um, for the sake of my own data safety and security, I've therefore decided against installing Windows 10 on this PC, which I'm currently using to live stream here. Yeah, but in any regards, yeah, I believe I have talked enough for now. So yeah, take care, guys, and well, I know it sounds quite cliche to say and to regurgitate over and over, but yeah, if God's still willing, hope to see you guys next time on YouTube and on BitChute, MGTOW.tv, etc. Blah blah blah. So yeah, take care. Take good care of yourselves. Be reasonably selfish. Stop taking life, death, and God too seriously. Um, though that doesn't necessarily mean you stop believing in God or whatnot. Yeah, in any regards, thank you much to you guys all. And stay safe. Until next time, au revoir. Cheers. Bye.